Uranus is going to transit to Gemini in several weeks in the end of April 2026, and it's going to stay there till approximately 2032-33. We already had a little demo version of it like a year ago in 2025 in July. Uranus entered Gemini, was there till November, and then it's left back to Taurus. And right now it's entering Gemini, and it's going to stay like solid over there. So those, how much it was, it's like around 4 or 5 months. In 2025, from July to November, you can analyze by your life where you had some specific interesting kind of changes, which is going to happen more and more in next 7 years. So let's look at this energy deeper. So when we look on the Gemini energy is connected to Mercury. First of all, Mercury energy is air. It's about giving and spreading information. It's about curiosity and looking for the new things and sharing them. You can remember the name mercato or mercado in Spanish or Italian. It means market. So what is going on in the market? People talk, they offer different things, you have here and there, you want this, that. Your curiosity is like your, how to say it, your attention is spread in different directions. You want that tomatoes, you want that pomelo. And you know, you're looking for, you're chatting, everyone is talking, everyone is exchanging, giving money. All of this kind of vibe, people trying to, when they offer different price or something like that. All of these things, kind of give and take vibes of the market is literally is present in this Mercury energy. Also, Gemini is connected to duality because it's about connecting two things. It's about kind of connecting dots or connecting people. By the way, you remember the 1992 Nokia launched the marketing slogan, which is known by everyone all over the world, and they use these two hands. So Mercury and specifically Gemini is connected to hands because also there are two of them and we can do different things with it. So the connecting part also connected to we are getting from somewhere, giving another. Let it be person. For example, someone needs this information, you are connecting them to, and they cooperate. They have to be, these two elements to connect. Also, the interesting conception about twins. There is a myth in Greek mythology about twins who were born from one mother, and one of them was mortal and another was immortal. Immortal was from Zeus, and when the mortal one dies somewhere in battlefield, the one who was immortal asks his dad to Zeus to bring immortality to his brother because he loved him so much and he didn't want to be separated for eternity without him. And so Zeus agreed and gave immortality to the one who was dead. And so they are able to spend eternity together, but half of a year they spend underground in the realm of death or something like that. And the other half of the year they can spend under the sunlight on the surface. And so this interesting myth kind of shows us, this duality of black and white or the right or wrong. It's it's always for us important to get information from different sources so we can find the reality. It's not about looking in one direction and then you can be sure that you got the right information. So it's also about this connection of two same gender individuals, and that's why this Gemini energy is connected to unconventional relationships and people who are choosing the same gender relationship. And when we talk about the darker side, for example, of Gemini energy, it's about just spreading lies, propaganda, rumors, all of this, fake information, confusion, all of these things. To understand Gemini more, we want to look on the sign which is on the opposite side, which is Sagittarius. It means this is the axis. When we want to understand one, we look at the another. Sagittarius is connected to teachers, gurus, and educators. And this is the people who are getting knowledge. First of all, they learn. Then they come to the feeling that they are ready to spread the knowledge. So they spread knowledge. Then they need those who are interested in getting knowledge from them. And also, it's very important for Sagittarius energy, or the person when they're in Sagittarius mode, to not be arrogant and believe that they already know everything. And when they keep learning, so they are tuning into their Gemini energy, they're getting new knowledge and they go and spread it again. So this is how this energy flows in a healthy way. Unhealthy way, it's when person is stuck into Gemini, when they are learning and not sharing. So this is where this overthinking, all of these mental disorders like sleepless nights, all of these problems happen when Gemini energy is overloaded, but the energy of giving away is not happening. And so we also know, I will do another video about specifically Gemini energy. We will go deeper into this topic. So now when we understand what Gemini energy is about, let's talk about Uranus in Gemini. So Uranus, basically, it's about breaking through. It's about changes which we didn't expect, or something what happens out of the blue. So the point of this, so everything is not happening, like random stuff. Universe is created very, very logically and organized. And so when we talk about Uranus, the point of this energy is to trigger some serious changes, which on the cycle of the evolution is time to happen. So when we are facing some abrupt change, you have to move in some other place or some other country, or some of the close person lives your life, or anything what you didn't expect, it forces us to make new decisions, to upgrade your vision, to upgrade your seeing things. If we talk about Uranus transit in Taurus just recently, what's interesting about it? It was a transit which started in 2018 and was, first of all, it was influencing the area connected to material wealth, material possessions. So this is Taurus energy. Everything what gives us stability, what we value, our self-worth, and everything about our family. When we are seeing the last 7 years, it was about different upgrade. So Uranus is about breakthrough and upgrades. This is like the Lord of Aquarius, the futuristic, the very innovative energy. It's not just change. It's about the mission of it is to bring innovation in the way you see something. And so while it was creating or growing the cryptocurrencies, also there was a period of COVID when we lost the stability in life. And also right now we also see what is going on in different markets where I don't want to go into details why, but you see what's happening with oil, what's happening with different facilities. These shifts has happened because it made us on the personal level to ask ourselves, like, what is actually valuable for me? Do I value money, which I have, or do I value family? Like, do I wanna? I mean, it's not about choosing, but it's about shaking in the zones of stability for us, while we are kind of keep asking questions. And when we understand that what's actually valuable, it's this and this for me. And so this triggers which happens with us, I mean, I don't know, forced movement somewhere, or forced quit from the job, forced change in the appearance, or something what made you rethink that things which you were thinking as something stable or you can rely on. The point was to ask, is it really valuable for you? This is really what's kind of worthy of your time, energy, and attention. Different things like that. And so it's about asking us what's valuable for you. And so you are evolving in the direction of losing and getting something material while understanding what is non-material, kind of giving you simultaneously. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I hope you did. So when we now go into Uranus in Gemini, so these sudden ups and downs and changes, unpredictable, can happen in the field which is connected to communication, learning, social media, so where we exchange our knowledge, where we exchange information. Fields like the way we see in general, like the way we learn, the way we communicate. And by the way, in history, I will put here on the screen the dates when in another time Uranus was in Gemini. And so it was a breakthrough in the creation of press, telegraph, first photos, you may say, but photo is not exactly that. But on the photo you see, like, it's also the form of showing you information, what was actually going on there in that time. You know, when we look on the pictures from 100 years ago, for us it's the only source of information, how people looked, or, you know, I mean, like where we can see real thing. And so this interesting part about Uranus and Gemini is this is like the period in history, the moments in history where something about upgrade in spreading information. The telegraph also was created there. And also, by the way, the Orwell, 1984, the anti-utopian book, many of you read it, was published in 1949. It's also the period when Uranus was in Gemini. By the way, in that same time, Trump was born. The person who was born was Uranus in Gemini. You can see how he uses information and how he uses his voice, or how he communicates, negotiates, and like he's a good representation when you do it in a dark way, when you are forcing people, you are pushing on them, making them feel fears, then you try to negotiate, you know, all of this kind of how to say it, he's communicating with his people and with the world such ways that we're always like, what another BS we heard, like what else can come up from there. When we look, for example, on social media, this is a good place for spreading propaganda, where like it's very used like that. But in the same moment, we the people have social media, so we can interact and we can gather to fight against something what we don't like. I mean, before social media existed, we were not able to hear and see each other and to see how many people are actually agree on the same point. And so that's why actually regimes, they always use this, they cut the access to different social media, so they don't want, or to the internet, so they don't want people to interact and communicate and socialize about something. And it's very interesting because with Pluto transit in Aquarius, I have a specific video about this topic. So the masses, like waking up to understanding their power, because people through social media can, for example, get together and go to protest something what they think is not working well. Also, let's look at the like last year in 2025, when Uranus were transiting Gemini. It was the time when the very famous files started to come up. And so that was a period where people were constantly pushing and talking, reminding, like everyone everywhere were talking about these files. So they didn't have much options, because imagine if we didn't have social media and if anyone would talk about it, that would be silently keep that, like nobody would be forced to reveal and show the truth to the people. I mean, at least it was like first attempts, or how to say, parts of the reality, even it was redacted. And that was exactly in that period of time when the information started to leak. So Uranus in Gemini is also about leaking, like the Gemini is about database, and Uranus is about, it have to come out. It's time. It have to kind of go out, because it's no more of this deception. It's more of like, it's time of this thing to go outside. So our job as people to focus on the spreading information which is real and true, and which can actually help the society kind of to evolve. And take a look just on the screenshots I made for you, just as an examples of what kind of things people share with others in their social media, to help people to have more awareness about the important subjects which we humans need to know. Because Pluto in Aquarius here for 20 years. Aquarius is about society in general and humanity, all of us. And Pluto wants us to be transformed. And in the era of 7 years of Uranus in Gemini, it's basically is about kind of going deeply into information and like heal the society through spreading the right information. So never underestimate yourself and your efforts, because you never know who can be inspired, or who can share, or who can find your research significant, and it may have a great results. But if we all together, put our efforts in what is important for humanity, we can actually evolve really huge. Also, the level of equality, or the unconventional relationship are going to be more respected, for example. By some reason, maybe some research is going to come out that it doesn't, it's not like a mental disorder or something like that. So I'm trying to say is that on the global level, it can be different, unpredictable somebody's, connection or communication of some countries, or some negotiations, or some contract or agreements. Like, out of the blue, this country offers that offering to that country, they start to be allies, or something like that. Or, this kind of unpredictable sides of how things go on the global level in the terms of who connect to who. But on the personal level, it's about our look in your chart where this Gemini sits. Let it be first house is going to be your kind of learning to be yourself. First house is about yourself, learning to be yourself again, or kind of being like seen differently for others, because your self-image is how to say it, has unpredictable turns, something like that. Anyway, it's important for us to just be open during this next 7 years to the new ways of getting knowledge, and to be open to the new kind of forms of communicate and learn. And also, I believe it might be possible that something from some otherworldly kind of communication can happen with us. With humanity, so in other civilizations. Mercury is connected to nervous system, so might be some technologies can be able to work from within with our neurological, I don't know, some kinds of problems, issues, diseases which people have. Maybe, when some part of the body is not working properly, so they put something inside of the body, so it just knows how to trigger those specific nerves so they can work again, or they can be artificial, for example, in some part of the body. I don't know, I'm just guessing. I'm saying that this is a time of something serious happening on the level of technology and our nervous system. Also, mental health. We people have to find something interesting for our hands. This is a time, 7 years, when it would be super cool if you start to do something what you always wanted, always liked as a hobby, to be connected to your hands. Because this is how you are in a little kind of meditative mode. You are keeping your mental health more safe when you are just doing something what makes you feel more peaceful, or I don't know. It's very simple things, but we always how to say it, choose not to do it because we think something is more important. Our mental health is important. Don't wait, I don't know, don't force this Uranus to teach you in a bad way that mental health is important. Don't kind of go to that direction. Do it in advance. Take care about your inner space, inner balance already. And the hands is your tools. I mean, you can find different things which are interesting for your sensations, or for, like, the feeling of kind of you're crafting something, building. This is what will help you to stay mentally more kind of satisfied and in peace. This is my just personal advice, because I'm also doing one thing with my hands and I'm absolutely happy about it. Actually, I just understand that the fact that when we are doing something with hands, we are improving like our on the neurological it's hard for me in English to say it. It's like our brain has different kind of branches, and so when you try something new, this branch start to activate and build new neurological connections. And so this is how, like, by learning new skills, you are helping your brain to be more how to say it, wired, or more kind of in a good state. So like it's more healthy when you are keep doing you, and like you stimulate. This mental stimulation is good for the brain, by the way, because the old people who suffer from dementia, if I'm not mistaken, those are people who are kind of stuck in the constant kind of, they're not going into new. So it's very important to stimulate your brain by getting new stuff and new information. And if you're doing something with your hands, you're doing this as well. By the way, meditate also. Buddha on Sanskrit, Mercury, Mercury, it's Buddha on Sanskrit. Buddha is enlightened mind. Meditate to calm down your nervous system and do different things which are stimulates your mental health and keeps you kind of interested in what actually life can offer. And of course, I would say spread the information which you find important and interesting for society. Share it with people, write it down. Maybe it can work somehow interestingly. Because writing and reading, also this is the things which are actually the skills of a Gemini energy. Maybe you can write a novel about some futuristic stuff, and can be some, I don't know, some scientists or good people can get some knowledge from there and be inspired by it and create something what you just wrote about. I suppose the next 7 years can also influence the way we humans see communication, what is actually for us. Because I believe that we do need interaction with another souls to feel another energies, to feel another moods, to share. Because when we are in solitude, only consuming information, we are a little bit like a wild animal, and I had such period in my life. And I remember when after that long solitude, I thought that I'm okay. But when I entered some group, so it was like my decision to work as an employee, because I was interested in doing something with wood, so I found the carpentry so I can learn everything from there. And so I went there, and there were maybe around 15-20 people working. Actually, it was so funny. I was running around everyone, socializing, I was so glad to have so many different communication every day. Because with time, it was not like that. I was trying to find the corner for myself to eat. I mean, it was fun. Everything was okay. But when I remember the time, how hungry I was, actually, for just funny communication without going into any deep stuff. And this is the point of us humans. We have to look at the way how children, for example, live. They just enjoy the moment. They just fun. They do something. They laugh. They like the fact of interacting with another kids, with animals, with people who are older than them, because they can learn something from them. So this curiosity and joy about liking life in the child's eyes, this is something what we humans have to kind of remember, and do not think that if we argue with some strangers in social media from time to time, it's a communication. Because not exactly this. We need to see eyes, we need to see voice, we need to feel heard, we need to feel the sense of being like somebody's friend. Is already a very important feeling for us. All of these little things keep us alive and be human, not robots, not just communicate through gadgets. We are not I will talk about it all the time. Okay, I think this is it. And if you have personal questions and you want to have a personal consultation, I do that. The link is down below on the calendar. You can choose comfortable date for yourself and we can meet over there. Okay, see you in the next videos. Bye bye.